Why Costco wants you to spend exactly $327. Imagine walking into a warehouse to buy a pack of batteries. 40 minutes later, you're pushing a cart filled with things you never planned to buy. A giant pack of paper towels, a box of croissants, a new blender, a giant teddy bear that somehow made perfect sense 5 minutes ago. You stop at the checkout. The total flashes on the screen. $327. You pause for a second. How did that happen? You only came for batteries. And here's the strange part. Costco probably expected it. Not because someone was secretly following you, not because the prices changed while you shopped, but because every part of that building was designed to influence one simple decision: to make you stay a little longer, walk a little farther, and spend a little more. Costco doesn't just sell products, it sells behavior. And once you understand how that behavior is engineered, you'll never walk through a warehouse the same way again. Every year, millions of people pay Costco before they buy a single product. That sounds backwards. Most stores earn your money after you shop. Costco earns part of its money before you even walk through the door. It's called a membership. It feels like an entrance fee. But it's actually something much more powerful. The moment you pay for membership, your brain changes. Psychologists call this the sunk cost effect. When we've already invested money into something, we naturally want to justify that investment. You don't want your membership to feel wasted, so you visit more often, you buy a little more, you convince yourself you're saving money, and sometimes you really are. But Costco knows something fascinating. The customer who visits more frequently almost always spends more over the course of a year. The membership isn't just a ticket inside, it's the beginning of a relationship. Then, the journey begins. Notice something strange the next time you enter a Costco. There are no bright signs telling you exactly where everything is. Milk isn't right by the entrance. Bread isn't either. The products you buy every week are usually buried deep inside the warehouse. That's not an accident. It's a strategy. Because every extra step creates another opportunity to discover something unexpected. A giant television, a massage chair, imported chocolate, a kayak. You weren't looking for them, but now you've seen them. Researchers have long studied something called exposure effect. The more often we see something, the more familiar it feels. And familiar things become easier to buy. Costco doesn't force impulse purchases. It creates opportunities for them. Then there are the treasure hunts. Walk into Costco this week, come back next month. Some products will be gone forever. Limited time items create urgency. Our brains hate missing opportunities. Behavioral economist Daniel Kahneman spent decades studying how people make decisions. One of his biggest discoveries was simple. People feel the pain of losing something more intensely than the pleasure of gaining something. It's called loss aversion. Costco quietly uses this principle every day. If you think that luxury coffee machine might disappear next week, waiting suddenly feels risky. Buying feels safe. So into the cart it goes. But perhaps Costco's greatest trick isn't selling expensive products. It's making expensive products feel reasonable. Look at a bottle of olive oil. The price might seem high. Then you notice the size. It's enormous. Your brain doesn't compare the total cost. It compares the price per unit. Costco trains you to think differently. Not, can I afford this? Instead, is this a better value? Those are two completely different questions, and one of them usually leads to a larger receipt. Then there's something almost invisible. The shopping cart. Costco's carts are enormous, much larger than the ones you'll find in many grocery stores. Why? Because humans judge fullness before quantity. A nearly empty giant cart feels like it needs more. A nearly full small basket feels complete. The cart quietly changes your perception of how much you've bought, without saying a single word. And have you noticed the free samples? Tiny cups, small bites, friendly employees smiling as they hand you food. It feels generous, and often it genuinely is. But psychologists have identified another powerful principle: reciprocity. When someone gives us something, even something small, we naturally feel a subtle desire to give something back. Sometimes that's gratitude. Sometimes it's attention. Sometimes it's buying the product. One tiny sample can lead to a much larger purchase. Not because anyone forced you, because your brain is wired for fairness. Now here's something even stranger. Costco actually keeps surprisingly few products. A traditional supermarket might carry 40,000 different items. Costco carries only a fraction of that. At first, that seems limiting, but fewer choices often make decisions easier. Psychologist Barry Schwartz called this the paradox of choice. Too many options can create anxiety. Too few create confidence. Costco carefully chooses what stays on its shelves. You feel like someone already did the difficult comparison for you. That trust becomes incredibly valuable. And then there's the famous hot dog. A hot dog and a drink. One price. For decades. People talk about it constantly. Some even visit Costco just for lunch. Surely Costco loses money on it. Maybe, maybe not. But they're gaining something even more important. Trust. The hot dog tells every customer the same story. If we won't raise the price on this, maybe the rest of the store is looking out for you too. One simple meal strengthens the entire brand. But here's the secret most people never notice. Costco isn't trying to maximize the profit from today's visit. It's trying to maximize the value of your lifetime as a customer. A shopper who spends $300 once isn't nearly as valuable as someone who renews their membership for 20 years. Every visit builds familiarity. Every positive experience builds trust. Every renewal strengthens the relationship. The products matter, but the habit matters even more. So, does Costco actually want you to spend exactly $327? Not literally. There isn't a hidden number programmed into the cash register. But Costco spends years studying shopping behavior, average basket sizes, walking patterns, purchase frequency, seasonal demand, customer psychology. The company constantly asks one question: how do we create the best experience that naturally leads to a larger basket? Sometimes that basket is $100. Sometimes it's $500. But every decision inside that warehouse nudges the average a little higher. One shelf, one sample, one oversized cart, one treasure hunt at a time. The next time you walk through those giant warehouse doors, pay attention. Notice how far you walk before reaching the item you actually came for. Notice what catches your eye. Notice what somehow ends up in your cart. You might think you're simply shopping, but you're also moving through one of the most carefully designed retail systems ever created. Because Costco's greatest product isn't the giant pack of paper towels, or the rotisserie chicken, or even the famous hot dog. It's a shopping experience that quietly changes the way you make decisions. And perhaps the most surprising part is this: the warehouse was never built to trick you. It was built to understand you. Because the businesses that shape the future don't just sell products, they learn how people think. And once they understand that, every aisle becomes part of the story.